What would you do if you won the lottery?
If I won the lottery, I would buy my dream house in Italy. If I won the lottery, I'd give some to charity, I'd give some to my parents, and I'd save some for the future. If I won the lottery, I would travel the world and see everything. Now, it's not likely, but you never know.
Sometimes it can be fun to talk about unlikely or even impossible situations. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and I had turned into a goldfish? What? To describe the result of an unlikely or impossible event in English, we use the second conditional. When describing the action, we use the word if to show that it has not happened. Then we use the verb would when describing the result to show that it is not certain. The difference between the verb will and the verb would is certainty. So if you will do something, it means that you're going to do it. It's certain. However, if you would do something, it means that there's a condition involved. For example, I would go on holiday if I had the money. If I had the money is the action. It is something that has to happen in order for the effect to happen, which is to go on holiday. So I would go on holiday if I had the money. Using the second conditional shows that both the action and the result are unlikely. Let's learn more about the sentence structure you'll need to form your own phrases using the second conditional. The simplest way is to state the action followed by the result. To do this, we start off with a conjunction if to show that the sentence is conditional, followed by the action in the past simple tense. The use of the past simple tense is what makes the action sound unlikely. To a native speaker, simply changing the tense of the action makes a big difference. For example, here is a sentence using the past simple tense and the second conditional. If I won, I would be thrilled. The past tense use of the word won shows that this is an unlikely outcome. You should note that in this case, using the past tense does not mean that it happened in the past. It does not mean that we did not win, only that it is unlikely. A much more hopeful way of phrasing this sentence is, if I win, I'll be thrilled. Because of the word if, it is still not certain, but by using the future tense of win, it makes that outcome feel much more likely. So let's get back to the second conditional. We've discussed how you start with the conjunction if, followed by the action in the past simple tense. Now, if you're writing this down, you put a comma next, and this is to show the start of a new clause. Finally, you can describe the result or outcome using the verb would and then the base form of the main verb. Remember that you can use the verb would to form a contraction depending on the pronoun. For example, I would becomes I'd, she would becomes she'd, and so on. Here are some more examples. If I finished work earlier, I would exercise more. If you dyed your hair blonde, you would look like Kate Hudson. If we stopped arguing so much, we'd be more productive. It is also grammatically correct to switch these clauses around and say the result. Sorry about that. To switch these clauses around and say the result followed by the action. So if you're writing it down this way, you won't need to use a comma. For example, I would exercise more if I finished work earlier. You'd look like Kate Hudson if you dyed your hair blonde. We would be more productive if we stopped arguing so much. When talking about things that are unlikely, sometimes they can sound a bit negative, So using this order might help you to sound more positive. So now you know how to speak about unlikely situations in English, and you've heard some helpful tips and tricks to sound as confident as a native speaker. Now it's your turn. For your homework today, I'm going to ask you 3 questions about some unlikely situations. Or they might be likely for you, who knows? And I would like you to write your answers in full sentences in the comments below. Here goes. Question 1. Just like in the beginning of the video, what would you do if you won the lottery? Question 2. Tell me about something you would do if you had more time. And question 3 is, if you could travel through time, what would you do? I can't wait to read your answers and see your new English skills being put to good use. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. I'll see you all in another lesson. Take care.